All right, we're back in the Cadillac at Daytona. It is the 5-lap race, and just to let you know, it is a double feature here, so we're gonna have 2 races. So the second one's pretty interesting, but this is a smaller lobby this time. Kind of let everyone go ahead and just kind of waiting. Since it is a smaller lobby, I want it to be a little bit more interesting going through. And then no one really qualified. The guy in first qualified, and then I was just picked to go second. So that guy goes a little wide and causes the guy behind him to slow down. So we had to kind of stop on the track almost. So we're catching up. We're only 3.5 seconds behind the leader, so it's not a big deal. Get onto the lawn, like the first bank corner here, and start getting a draft. Definitely really helps us catch up to the people in front of us here. Our car is pretty quick. The tune is by Forza Euro. And then those two bump going through this chicane there. We have to go down to second, and then we go underneath this car, and we're able to get around him pretty easily. Then we get another good draft coming off the second corner, or second bank corner, I should say. You kind of brake a little heavy here because I thought the Acura was going to come down on us here. And they're kind of playing bumper cars, so we're just gonna give them some space. He kind of dives in that corner and take it real slow out of there. I don't really feel like playing drag race down this corner because coming through that kink, if you get pushed on the grass, it's game over. We get a little bit on the grass on the outside there, slows us down a little bit for the corner. But it's not a big deal to me. I'm just trying to wait it out and make sure that we get a easy or a nice spot to take him over without causing too much issues. And then the guy in second pushes the guy out a little bit and slams him with that tire wall. That's a little unfortunate. He got taken out that way. We got a good draft on second here. We're not going to try to take him over before the bus stop here. So we're just going to wait, and he got a good run on him. And now I know we're a little bit quicker in the straight line here. So we're going to just try getting the draft of the guy in front. There we go, we start getting a good draft here, and we're pulling up to him pretty easily.
3 to go.
And we get him on the first corner here. Pretty close racing side by side. And pull out of there pretty quick. And then I make a little mistake and go a little wide on this one here. And then coming out, I get a little bit antsy with the accelerator there, and almost lose it, so it costs a little bit of time, and he's just right on our bumper. So I get a little nervous on this corner here, and I push it wide again. And I really shouldn't be going into first accelerator out of there. That normally causes most of my problems, to be honest. And then I kind of held the brakes a little bit there and held my foot over it because I thought he was going to try to punt us in there again, like he did the previous guy. So luckily, we saw that happen to the guy in front of us, so we knew that might be a case. But now we're holding first. Now I was kind of nervous he was going to try here again, so we get a little loose coming out of this, but we're lucky that we held on to it pretty well. And I'm not too worried. He does have penalties, so worst case, we just have to stay 2.25 seconds behind him, but we are definitely going to be able to chase him down. It is a pretty good race between me and him for the last couple laps here. And the Acura got a better run out of that corner than we did, and kind of go to the wide edge here. And we definitely, I just don't like passing through here. It just always causes issues, so I just let him get that little gap, and we'll get him on next corner. And then we do the drag race down this corner, and he's nice enough to back out of it, realizing that we are a little quicker than him, and he can just use our draft to keep up. So we all get a little antsy with the throttle on that one too, and luckily we don't have any too many issues on that. So we come out of this one here, almost in slipstream range. And we're just kind of slowly reeling them in. I think our tune is a little bit quicker than his in a straight line. Take this bus stop a lot better than we did in the last one. Just barely staying on the track limits. And now we're within slipstream range here, I think. Or at 0.5 seconds, I think we will be. You can tell because it looks like you're going fast and the furious when you hit the nitrous. You know, it just pushes your screen back, which I think is kind of funny that they decided to do it that way. And then luckily we're able to stay on the inside there and get around them. Take it nice and easy out of this corner in first. Short shift so we don't spin out. And he gets right beside us on that corner. Kind of made me nervous a little bit. It's kind of worried that he's going to bump us again. He does bump us a little bit, but get a little bit swirly there, but we're able to hold on to it, and now it's drag race to the bus stop. I am going to let him pass here just because I don't want to go too wide through the bus stop and lose a good placement here. And then also, I know I can just get a good draft, and I can get to the bus stop a lot cleaner than he can, so. Unfortunately, we are kind of close to be able to do like a draft. I didn't want to continuously bump him or anything. Plus he's on the controller and he's bobbing a little bit, so I try to give him a little bit of room. And we get around him, and we don't even need to know, or don't even have to care that he has that penalty, because we still beat him without it. Alright, so for this next race, we are qualifying first. We did a 1:33. Almost 1:33 even. We didn't get a chance to change our tires, so we are on 4 laps of fuel and soft tires. So our goal here is to just try to get through the first corner without getting caught up in the chaos, which we do nicely here. And then by the second or third lap here, we're going into the pits. We're going to go into hard tires, and we're going to get some fuel. So there's a 3.43 stop there. We've never done any racing on hard tires here, so it's a little bit slick. And so we're 16 seconds behind the leader right now. We were 4 seconds in front of the leader when we went to the pits. We got a little loose coming to that corner with the hard tires, and so now we're dropped down to 19 seconds behind first. But we're holding on to it pretty well here. Unfortunately, we're still just kind of getting used to driving hard tires. Definitely not the optimal pit strategy. We're kind of just holding on to six here and just get a nice good run out of that corner. We are a lot quicker than sixth place. And he gets a little loose through there. We're able to get underneath him and get around him pretty easily. Caught up to fifth place pretty easily. We're also staying pretty, now that we kind of got used to the hard tires here, we're staying pretty close to first place for time wise. We're trying just not to lose any time since he's on the mediums and we are on the hards. I thought he'd start pulling away a little bit. We get a little bit loose through there, but we hold on to it pretty well. And then this guy kind of slows us up a lot. I thought he was going to come across the track, so luckily we get around him though. Without losing a ton of time or getting any penalties for running into him or something. Take that bus stop pretty nicely through here, and now we're just within a second of fourth place, and we get a good draft on him now. And we're going on the outside of him so we don't cut him off from going to the pits. And I'm kind of surprised that second and first stayed out. As you can see here, if you watch first place, he's going from 21 seconds in front to 20.4. He lost a lot of time through that corner, and it's kind of what happens the whole lap here. He loses a lot of time throughout the whole entire lap. He was only about 14 seconds in front of us before the pit stop, and then after the pit stop here, we're going to be about, I think we're going to be about 4.5 seconds in front of him by the time we're through the first corner. He's out chasing us again here. Unfortunately, the hard tires kind of made a issue here, and we end up spinning a little bit, and we end up losing it, and he gets around us. We end up finishing second. So I mean, I still think it could be a good strategy if you're in first, you go on softs and then onto hards. But they're short races now, so we don't really have to worry about that. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks again for watching.